7,943 yesterday alone. Bravo, good sir. Way to
Chris,
go
you can
out.
call me Targe if it's for $7,900. You can call me whatever you
Hey,
want.
I'm telling you, buddy. Absolutely. So,
Great
way to
job.
go. Yeah, great job, everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And just shout out to the entire organization. I'll say this, Geoff. It's like another phenomenal year. I think your organization's closing in on 4 million.
Yeah.
You got Troy, part-time pilot, over 2 million this year. Us as an organization, over 12.5 million. 12.6 million, somewhere around that right now, closing in on 13 million for the year. And keep in mind, a year ago this time, we'd only reached 1 million in a month one time in our whole 12-year career. So, and now we average it a month. So if y'all wondering what we're doing is working, it works at a high level if you work it, right? So just remember that if you work it and you stick to it, you'll see those type of results too. So proud of everybody, buddy.
Well, you know what that means though, Chris, right? That means there's a lot more people here winning.
That's right, buddy.
Because the only way to go from how much did you guys do last year?
8.5.
Go from 8.5 to 13 million is by a whole bunch more people protected, a whole bunch more people making a great living. So that's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool, buddy. Yeah,
So
we've got to travel a lot this year too, right, buddy? It's like I feel like we've traveled the world together this year. So
I'm going to talk about that. Actually, that's part of my call. So yeah, it's Donnell called me out on it already about happy hour trying to get together because we've been traveling a little bit this year. So it's pretty awesome.
I love it. Yes, sir.
Pretty awesome. Well, I'm just excited to go over this today. I'm going to go over, first of all, understanding how powerful symmetry is, right? Where can you go? Where can you go? Think about this, guys. Where can you go and earn a 5% raise every 2 months based on results? Not what your boss says or what your boss thinks of you, but what you're actually willing to do. And along with that, you get to set your own schedule to fit with your family's schedule. You get to instantly start your own business with all the support, training, and tools. I don't know about you guys, but I've owned several other businesses. I've never had anybody to help me, to train me, coach me, right? I own a restaurant, I own a mortgage company, even own Farmers Insurance, right? And the training that you have here, the mentorship, nothing like it out there. Where can you guys go and earn back your time to spend with your family? And that's what I'm going to be talking about here in just a minute. Where can you go and have access to the most affordable leads in the industry, guys? If you guys don't know, Symmetry has the best leads in all of the industry. No question about it. Where can you go where your teammates are actually more excited about your future than you are? I know when I was at Farmers Insurance, and Farmers is a great company, but the other farmers agencies around me were not excited when I was doing more business than they were. They were not excited. Matter of fact, they wouldn't share what they're doing so that I couldn't do more volume than them. Where can you go and be able to have equity appreciation rights, be an equity partner, and earn a bonus for life here? So Symmetry is where you can go. I'm going to tell you, I was reflecting this morning on I've been here. I sold my farmer's agency in June of 2020. I jumped in here full time in July of 2020. And what has happened in the last 5.5, 6 years to our family's lifestyle is amazing. And I'm going to go over that with you guys real quick because I was reflecting on it this morning. I spent some quiet time, just going over setting my goals for next year. But where am I at today compared to where I was 6 years ago with farmers? So 6 years ago, with my farmer's agency, I was working 60 hours a week plus in an office away from home. Today, I work from home. Always. 6 years ago, I had a monthly office overhead of $30,000 to $35,000 a month. Today, I work from home. 6 years ago, I was managing, not coaching or mentoring, managing 4 to 5 salaried sales agents daily. Managing. That means I had to tell them when to show up, when to take their break, when to go home. Now I get to coach and mentor for my team. 6 years ago, I had a 5-year office lease of $4,200 a month that I actually, when I sold my farmer's agency, the gal was supposed to take it over. She did for a little bit and left me with $20,000 because she stopped paying the lease that I got to pay. And today I work from home. 6 years ago, I had a $100,000 annual lead investment for my farmer's agency, for my agents. $100,000 a year that I invested in leads for my agents, and it took me 2 to 3 years to recoup that $100,000 investment. Now, if I buy leads, I get my money back within 7 days. 6 years ago, my wife, amazing wife, worked at the farmer's district office. I got to see her in the evenings. Today, we work together from home. 6 years ago, this is the crazy part, no family vacations over 2 days because I couldn't leave my office, and I really didn't have the money to do that. Now, lots of vacations. So check this out. In the last 12 months, this is the difference between 6 years ago. No vacations 6 years ago, this year, in the last 12 months. These are all vacations except for one of these, and I'll tell you, with my beautiful wife. 12 months ago, we were in Whistler, Canada, at a Four Seasons resort, all expenses paid by America. Oh, wait. And then we were in the Riviera Maya in a 5-star resort in Mexico, 5 days, all expenses paid in the last 12 months. And then we were in New Orleans with a bunch of our friends, right? That was fun. That was leadership, but it was still a vacation. We had a blast there, eating those beignets or whatever the heck they're called with powdered sugar where it gets all over your clothes and your face. And then my wife and I got to take 2 trips to Asheville, North Carolina, together, right? Having a blast there. Asheville, if you haven't been to Asheville, it's amazing. Corporate offices there, got to do that. 2 different trips to Asheville. Then got to spend a week in London with some of our best friends, Chris and Lauren, Joe and Sandra, Mark and Gua. 7 days in London. And then this is really cool. Joe and I and Chris, we got to go to a Kansas City Chiefs game. They flew us out to Kansas City. Americo got to go to a Kansas Chiefs game. Oh yeah, a bunch of us and you on the call went to the Dominican Republic for 5 or 6. I think we're there 6 days. We stayed a little bit extra, 5 days, something like that. And then we just got back a few weeks ago from Iceland for 6 days, my wife and I. All these trips, my wife was with me except for the Kansas City Chiefs game. And 6 years ago, we didn't even get to take vacations. I want you guys to think about the power of what you can do in 5 years. My daughter, 6 years ago, she was in cheer like she is now. I'm a cheer dad. I got a couple of shirts to prove it. 6 years ago, we had 1 out of state, maybe 2 out of state events, and I was always stressed. This last year, we went to, where did we go? We go Indianapolis, Palm Springs, Texas, Southern California, Orlando. Got to go to Disneyland. My wife and my daughter and myself. Matter of fact, there's 30 kids on my daughter's cheer team last year. My wife and I were one of 2 couples that went to every single event. 30 kids out there, that 28 of those kids, their parents didn't get to go to all the competitions. But we did. 6 years ago, I had very little time with friends. I was always working and always stressed about money. Today, we have Friday happy hour almost every Friday. Matter of fact, last night we got to meet with a couple new agency owners that are in a different hierarchy last night for dinner, right? Have tons of time with our friends. Just booked a 10-day trip just recently to a Greek cruise with my daughter for her graduation. Could have never done that before. Next June, we're going on a Greek cruise, 7 days and 3 days to roam around Rome. Get it? Rome, around Rome. And we get to do all of that. And I'll tell you what, the best part of this is I get to spend all this time with my wife every single day. Matter of fact, today she's watching her grandson, that's 2 years old, that 6 years ago, she wouldn't have been able to do that because she would have been working a job. And today she gets to do that. And the best part about this, it's not only about changing our life, but the lives of the people on my team. Troy Stevens, one of my best friends, known for 30 years. Steve Fiorentino, one of my newer best friends, been known for about 3 years now. Ken Fear, Mark Schenkel, Stephen Tickle. All their lives have been changed because they're now agency owners on the team. Grateful for everything that Symmetry has done. But I want to tell you guys, let this sink in where you could be in 5 years from where you are today. Because it blows my mind that we barely made a 6-figure income when I started here 6 years ago, and we're making more than most doctors make right now. It is absolutely crazy. And we get to help people along the way. So I just wanted you guys to keep in perspective. It's the holidays. Hopefully you guys are setting your goals for next year. But I want you to understand the power of what is here if you guys are willing to do the work, because it can change your life forever. So man, where can you go? Where can you guys go? It's amazing what we can do here. I know, Joe, how many hours a week were you working before you came here, Joe?
I think it was easier to say how many hours I wasn't working in a day, like 6.
Right? How many Mother's Days did you get to stay home with the family?
Not a single one.
Not a single one. I mean, I love hearing Connie the other day was talking about doing all these things with her kids now because of this business that before she had a job and she couldn't do it. That's all I got, guys. I just want you guys to realize the power of what we have here. If you're willing to put the work in, the change, it just blows me away that I could just spend every single day with my wife hanging out at home. So pretty cool. All right, guys, anything anybody wants to add? If not, we will let you get to it. Mark ran up to the phone. Are you unmuting, Mark? Nope.
No, I just want to tell you what an awesome job that was. So I mean, stories say it all, and there are so many examples of that type of freedom and success that you know the opportunity allows as long as you work it right. There's always that period of growing pains and all that stuff, but if you're willing to work through that and you make your why and your dreams bigger than those challenges and look at them as opportunities instead of obstacles, just like the book says, right? Then what can't you do?
So cool. And again, I'm so excited about other people on the team like Dorinda and Rob Griffin and those that are working, building teams. I mean, Ron Glover, I'm just looking at people on the screen here, but that are building teams and changing their future and don't even realize what can happen in the next 4 to 5 years. It's just, and even sooner. I mean, it's taken me 5 years to do things that I talk to the people that have done it in 3 years here. Right. So awesome. So excited for 2026.
May I ask
Yes.
a question?
Sure.
To the gentleman that wrote 7,900, that's what he wrote in premiums for one day.
Yes.
And what would his commission be on that? Estimate.
So
It doesn't have to be an exact number. It just.
So what we said, if you're a brand new agent, if you submitted that based on the starting commission rate, cut that number in half, and that's what would be deposited into his bank within a couple of days.
So basically he banked close to $4,000 for one day's worth of work. If it was a starting commission.
Yeah. So he's at a higher commission
Wow.
rate.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Sliding scale. I get that, of course,
Yep.
but wow, that's huge. Was that several appointments or was that just a couple of really good
I
big
don't know.
policies?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know the person who did it, but sometimes it's from one appointment, sometimes it's for several appointments. Most of our full-time agents are running, they're booking 6 to 8 appointments a day, to get that in, and they're running, 3, 4, 5 appointments a day. So could be from a few appointments, it could be one, but it's all in a day's work.
Wow. Regardless, even if you had to book 10 appointments, that's phenomenal money for one day.
Yeah, I can tell you if you're running 10 plus appointments a week consistently here, I don't know anybody that does that doesn't make a 6-figure income.
Okay, and how many of those 10 plus appointments, because I'm new here, so please forgive me
sure.
if the questions seem very elementary. It's just because
No.
This is all new to me. You would be closing on at least 5 of them?
So we would expect about a 50% close ratio.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's still good. That's phenomenal.
It's exciting. And the great news is in an hour, Joe is running a production training call, and plugging into those is super helpful. One of the best producers out there. And Joe just does a great job. So we're here to coach, train you, guide you. You just have to do the work, and amazing things can happen.
Wow. I hope so.
It's all, if it is to be, it's up to me. So, but anyway, I'm going to end the huddle right on time. Appreciate you guys. Where can you go? That's all I can say is where can you go? Take care, guys. I'll see you guys over in the workroom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a wonderful week.
All right,
and everybody. Bye.